True love, my friends, isn't born in the glow of a screen or the clatter of likes. It's forged in the raw, unspoken moments that shape who we are when no one else is watching. And if you stay with me tonight, I want to take you into one of those moments. Not the kind you post, not the kind you brag about, the kind that rewires your soul. Picture this. I stood at a crossroads, my heart heavy with doubt, the world spinning with noise and expectation. I felt like life was pulling me apart in a dozen different directions. Then, almost like destiny itself stepped forward, a quiet strength entered my life and turned the chaos into clarity. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on a secret about my partner that left me utterly stunned. A revelation that changed everything I thought about love, loyalty, and what it means to truly show up for someone. And don't go anywhere, because the twist at the end, it turned our love into something legendary. Let's dive in. Listen closely. My heart beats for a love that defies the ordinary. I remember one night in particular, a stormy night, rain slashing against the windows like the sky itself was breaking apart. My world felt just as fractured. Everything in my chest was tight, my thoughts messy and sharp, chained to the pressures of life. Then she walked in, my partner, with a calm that silenced the tempest. She didn't need to take a selfie. She didn't need to record a story. She didn't need to announce her kindness to the world. She just showed up. While the world chases Instagram glory, she chooses the quiet road less traveled. And I remember scrolling, scrolling, lost in a sea of curated faces and filtered happiness. And I wondered, have you ever felt that pull? That sinking heaviness when you compare your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel? She pulled me back from that cliff. Her laughter that night wasn't for an audience. It was for me. Pure, unedited, unperformed. I watched her turn down the spotlight with a grace I didn't even know existed. Society screams for validation, but she whispers authenticity. She showed me something I didn't know I was starving for: realness. Unpolished, unmarketed, unposted. And I promise you, freedom looks exactly like that. Her choice to live off the digital stage didn't just inspire me, it reshaped me. I've seen close friends crumble under the weight of comparison, the pressure of pretending. Maybe you felt it too. The tug of war between who you are and who the world expects you to be. But her silence, her choice to live without performance, it became my fortress. Every glance, every touch, every quiet moment with her felt like a rebellion against the shallow. She became my anchor, a reminder that love doesn't need witnesses to be real. Her unposed moments became my sanctuary. And I ask you honestly, don't you crave that peace too? I can declare this with certainty. Her refusal to perform taught me to value the unseen. I watched others chase validation, losing themselves little by little. Does that resonate with you? Have you felt yourself slipping under that weight too? Because I once did. But she showed me a path where love grows in the quiet places, where authenticity isn't just rare, it's revolutionary. I felt the shift within me the night she took my hand and grounded my storm. While others filter their souls, she offers hers raw. Courage like that. It's not common. It's not comfortable, but it's real. And realness has a way of changing everything it touches. Her love became a beacon cutting through the digital haze. And for the first time, I learned to cherish the moments no camera captures. Moments that belong only to two hearts beating in the same rhythm. But stay with me, because what came next didn't just take my breath away. It shook the foundation of our relationship in a way I never saw coming. It was a gray afternoon, heavy, still. One of those days when the air feels dense and your thoughts feel like weights. I sat alone, overwhelmed by stress, my mind looping through fears and responsibilities. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to pretend. I just wanted to disappear into the quiet. Then he appeared. My partner walked in without a sound. He didn't bring his phone. He didn't bring distractions. He brought presence, real presence, the kind that fills the room without effort. His voice, warm like the glow of a hearth, cut through my chaos with a single word. I felt the tension melt off my shoulders as he settled next to me, his steady eyes locking with mine. No performance, no pretending, just two souls breathing in the same space. The room filled with the scent of rain drifting in through the cracked window, mixing with the quiet strength in his posture. I poured my fears out, and he listened with a patience that wrapped around me like a blanket. Have you ever felt that kind of safety? The kind where someone holds space for your darkness without judgment. After I finished speaking, the room sank into silence. The clock ticked softly. My chest loosened for the first time in hours. Then his hand brushed mine, a simple touch that said more than words ever could. I looked into his eyes, and what I saw wasn't filtered. It wasn't framed. It wasn't staged. It was truth. He didn't need an audience to love me. His care was for me alone. And in that moment, I felt seen, wholly, deeply, in a way I had never known before. Have you ever had someone understand you without needing to broadcast it? His authenticity turned my struggle into a shared victory. The world outside could roar, but inside that small room, everything slowed into something sacred. His calm settled inside me like peace sinking into bone. No hashtags, no likes, no applause. Just love, quiet, grounded, real. That afternoon rewrote my heart. I thought that was the moment that would define us. I thought that was the moment I would carry forever. But I was wrong, because what happened next changed everything. You're going to want to hear this. As we sat together, his warmth steady against the chill of the storm, a tiny shadow moved across his expression. Something unspoken, something heavy. I gazed at him, wondering where it came from, wondering what lived behind that calm he always carried so effortlessly. Then he leaned in, his voice low enough that I had to hold my breath to hear it. And he told me something that stopped my heart. He confessed that before we met, long before we shared these quiet moments together, he had been given the chance at fame. Not just a little attention, not a small opportunity, a real offer. A producer had spotted him, promising lights, cameras, millions of eyes, a whole life lived on a golden stage, fame laid out on a silver platter. He could have taken it. He could have posted his rise. He could have lived for the applause. He could have embraced the world's hunger for spectacle. But he walked away. I sat frozen. The rain outside mirrored the rush of thoughts racing through me. Why? Why would someone turn down the one thing everyone else seems to be begging for? He smiled then. That same steady, quiet smile I had fallen for. And his answer was simple, but it hit me harder than any confession I'd ever heard. He said he walked away because fame would have cost him something priceless. Because the life he wanted, the love he wanted, required presence, not performance. Because he chose connection over clout. He chose real over recognition. He chose us. He could have been chasing spotlights. Instead, he chose a life where our moments remained ours. No cameras, no audience, no pressure, just us. Have you ever wondered what you would sacrifice for true connection? His decision hit me like thunder. Love that fierce. It's rare. It's brave. It's not logical. It doesn't follow the world's rules. People sacrifice relationships for recognition every day. But he sacrificed recognition for a relationship. He turned down millions. He turned down fame. He turned down the world to keep our love real. And in that moment, the weight of his choice wrapped around my heart like armor. I felt pride swell inside me, a pride so deep it almost hurt. His eyes held mine with a sincerity that shook the ground beneath my feet. His refusal to post wasn't just a habit, it was a vow. His choice wasn't about privacy, it was about protection. He shielded our bond from the chaos he could have easily embraced. His love was intentional, deliberate, fierce. and it redefined everything I thought I knew about him. Have you ever heard a secret that changed the way you see someone forever? That was mine. But here's the part you need to hear, the truth I want you to carry into your own life. Love's real power doesn't live in the moments we flaunt, it lives in the moments we protect. That revelation became my compass. I started noticing the beauty in every unposted moment, the mornings we didn't document, the laughter we didn't share with the world, the quiet glances that belong only to us. I watched my stress fade when I stopped performing and started living. His sacrifice taught me that depth outlasts display, that presence outshines performance, that authenticity endures where aesthetics crumble. I want you to think about this. Have you ever wondered what your life could feel like without the noise? Without the pressure? Without the need to prove anything? You deserve that peace. Take his lead. Value the real over the curated, the honest over the edited, the lived over the posted. This isn't just my story, it's your invitation to choose presence over performance, to build a connection that doesn't crumble under the weight of comparison, to value the unseen moments, the ones the world will never applaud, but your heart will never forget, because that is where love lives. And now, I turn to you. Tell me what makes your love uniquely yours. What quiet moment defines your bond? What truth do you hold sacred? Share it in the comments. Your story might be the light someone else needs. Subscribe now, because this is a home for real connection, real emotion, and love that defies the ordinary. This is your space, your community, your sanctuary. Tell me your truth and stay tuned, because our journey is just beginning.